Hello and good evening to all of my race fans out there. Welcome to Backseat Broadcasting. I am your host, Eric Elkins. We are doing Wednesday nights here. We're doing the Kamel GT Evolution at Autodromo Jose Carlos. As we see the Kuliga brothers doing a little battle in practice there, swapping times up at the top of the standings at the moment. Eric was faster until just a moment ago. Also, Troy Banks pulling into the top three there, also in the 129s. Well done. So we got just under 10 to go in this practice session. Then we're going to do the classic 10 minutes that we've been doing. Let's take a quick look at that race info. Whoa, and they are cooking out there. Some great practice battles out here between the brothers. And we got those two 15-minute races this evening. The second one will be an inverted grid from the finish of the starting grid. Sorry, the finish from the first race, that is. So be paying attention to the orders that people come in. We've seen a lot of the SR8 drivers. These prototypes we're currently watching out on the field. We have quite a number of them. And then the other class this evening are the Audi R8s, the only Audis in the last 40 years without all-wheel drive. Just rear-wheel drive on these GT3s, of course. They are a beast, though. They're very difficult to drive. Definitely one of the most difficult out of all of the GT3 cars. And they are fairly heavy, about 2,700 pounds, despite not having all of that extra quattro equipment on board. And here are two of your admins. King Kruger looking for a spot on the infield here to go around the outside of Bjorn benches. That's a good practice to get in now. Surely. We also have Valerie. Oh, I'm sorry, Valerie, on track. I'm also going to call you out, Valerie. I saw that your ranking is a 2.5 rookie. That is fantastic to me. You have like a brand new account that has never been raced. I mean, I would just wreak havoc on that. I don't even know if I would want the numbers to go up or down. That would what would I do with a brand new road racing account? Oh heavens. But I am glad she is here to join us at the moment. Andres Garcia, Taco Bell machine, getting as much curve as possible. I really like that one. But Valerie, you're very much always welcome. I'd love to see you on track more often. Turn some laps. You are definitely driving a very difficult GT3 this evening. Not the easiest one that we run, surely. So a whole lot of these guys in the 130s here. From 4th all the way down to 8th here. It's a spread of 5 drivers within a second. As Andres Garcia crosses the line to make it 131.82. It's just an awesome track for the SR8 this evening. I love Interlagos. This is the onboard view here from Michael Kuliga. They break so late into that. They really can. These things don't weigh very much, and when you're going that fast, you have all of that aerodynamic extra mechanical grip. As Michael brakes late, trying to make a move down the inside on, excuse me, who is this? That Mr. Steven Martinez to his right. Up, and then there's Garcia there. Sorry, I'm trying to find not him. I couldn't figure it out. Oh, it is Vincent Wood behind these guys. So they all make their way around Bjorn here. Some good practice to be had in the beginning. And I expect, I haven't seen that many spin outs just as I say that, Michael goes off track. I was about to say, I think we're going to have a couple really great races this evening. Interlagos, not the most technical of tracks. It's not the most difficult. Not too many turns to memorize. It's really, for me anyways, I really like getting in the flow here. It has a really great flow to this track. It seems like some of these SR8s are taking more curb than they need to, or they mean to anyways. I think that the turn-in is surprisingly better than people are imagining. They can really send it with a little bit more speed around this track. As we're just about to 2 minutes to go in the practice session. Just ahead of Vincent there. Bjorn decides to park it right in front of Vincent. Vincent seems angry about it. He's just messing with Bjorn there. Trying to send him off track. Andres Garcia comes out another time. Excuse me, that was Craig Ream in a battle back there with Bjorn. And that's going to be just about it for this practice session. Vincent Wood dips into the 129s there. Great lap. Just in time. He is only the fourth driver able to break that 1:30 threshold. And now we got 10 minutes to send these cars around the track and rack them up for qualifying. Let's check out. I hear some engines. Somebody's got to be heading out there. Ben Laughter, who was second fastest in practice, I believe, just behind Corey Mitchell, who spent most of practice sitting in his car in the infield, just to the right, I believe. See, it's one to do sometimes. And these guys have started to find their keys and head out on track. Here's David Fendick, who's jumped in the lobby at the last moment here. Good to see you, David. We will have a little bit of a time coming to terms with the infield here in this SR8. Can be a little tricky. You have to play with that throttle pedal a whole lot out there. See, Ben Laughter's coming around to start his first hot lap. Oh, I was about to say James Bunter is also on track for us, but he was heading off track at that moment. Ty Johnson comes across the line to start his first hot lap. Jordan Benches comes down the Santa S's as well. Corey Mitchell's coming around across the line. Craig Ream's coming down through the S's. Vincent Wood is already down to the double left-hander. Eric Culliga exits the pit lane. His brother's not out on track. Troy Banks is not out on track. Andres Garcia not out on track. Neither is Kent Kruger. Oh, and just as I go to Vincent, he has had an issue. A mistake somewhere out there. Craig Ream whipping this thing around. He wasn't especially fast in practice, but he is a fast driver. And Ty Johnson crosses the line. Oh, he's right into the 129s with his first lap. Fantastic go, Ty. David Fendick crosses the line with a 133. Bjorn's fastest or first across the line for the GT3s with a 136.779. Craig Ream slots into second position with a 131.65. So all of these SR8 drivers going to be looking to beat that 130 threshold. Corey Mitchell's does a 134 for the GT3s. Eric Culliga, he should just be completing his outlap though here. Ben Laughter, despite getting out of the pits early, not able to set a time yet. Michael Culliga finally out on track for us. Steven Martinez crosses the line, unable to put one on the board for us though. James Buntner crosses the line. He goes third fastest with a 132.762 for the SR8s. Here is your class leader at the moment, Corey Mitchell. Ty Johnson, though, with a killer lap just right out of the box at a 129.6. Oh, he does even better with a 129.589, shaving about a tenth off of that. Ben Laughter crosses the line to go fastest with a 133.992. He's about 2/10 up on Corey at the moment. Oh, and Craig Ream crosses the line for second place. Vincent Wood's good enough for third at the moment. Ty Johnson still your leader out there. Oh, and there's Eric Kulliga, frustrating after such a great qualifying session. Troy Banks decides to join us. Michael Kulliga is still one of the brothers out there in the Molten Metal race team. Couldn't yet take that pole position away from Ty Johnson. Oh, people are crossing the line. I'm not paying attention. Let's see. Dave Fendick is on the board. Corey Mitchell goes faster yet with a 1:33.58. Takes that back away from Ben and then puts it in the wall for good measure. He's doing one of those Michael Schumacher Monaco bits. And Ty Johnson using all of the track there. I hope that he didn't get an off track for that little excursion. Michael Kulliga only good enough for 5th at the moment. He's going to be disappointed with a 1:30.6. Here's Ty Johnson, who's just been knocking off time up at the top. Craig Ream also into the 129s with a 1:29.894. Currently in second. Ty's not able to go any faster. He may not have to. No one's really coming close to scratching that time for him. There's Eric Kulliga through the infield. Troy Banks coming around to finish his lap. And oh, just as I said that, Craig Green with the 1:29.496, able to go top. I knew he was fast, but he had not gotten to grips with this car towards the end of practice. He's certainly got the feel of it now. This might be Eric Kulliga coming across the line to complete his first hot lap for us. We've only got 3 to go now. Steve Martinez is good enough for 3rd, jumps in there. But just for a moment, Eric Kulliga crosses the line, takes 3rd position away. Steve Martinez said it had a little off track there. We're still waiting on Troy Banks to set a time this evening. He's got 2.5 to do so. Andres Garcia on track as well in the Taco Bell machine. Oh, he's good enough for 8th with a 1:31.929. Let's see, is Michael Kulliga now knocked down to 6th. He just crosses the line again, not able to go any faster. All right, he went a little bit faster, but not enough to put him up towards the top of the standings where I'm sure he feels like he should be. They are late out onto track, and that's Craig Ream crossing the line yet again. Vincent Wood, it looked like. Vincent Wood just went 3rd fastest and pushes Eric Kulliga down to 4th. Here is Troy Banks crossing the line. Still having some clean issues out there, not able to get on the board. Ty Johnson, well done, still sitting in 2nd. All of these guys are down at 1:29.5. Some awesome laps in there. We got the top 5 drivers are under 1:30, that threshold. Eric Kulliga crosses the line yet again to go 3rd. And he's back into the pits. Here's his brother, Michael. Let's see if he's going to be able to do any better than 6th on the grid. He's currently in row 3. He's got 1 more minute. This will be his final. This is his final lap, and he's only able to push himself up 1 position. At least he's 1 spot better, possibly a better racing line out there. Here's Ty Johnson trying. He just needs not even a 10th, a couple 100ths to take that pole position back from Craig Ream. And it's not going to happen for him at the moment. James Buntner parks it on the inside pit wall there. He's going to call it quits. Andres Garcia still going around. But we have 30 seconds left in qualifying. Troy Banks still has not set a hot, clean lap for us. He had some difficulties doing this last week, but right at the last minute, I believe he got himself on the board in a pretty decent position too. He's only good enough for 8th at the moment. That's definitely going to be upsetting for him, as I saw him during practice chipping away at his time, getting under those 1:30s. So that's it for qualifying. Please give me my race grid. Oh, it gives me the race grid. We won't have results in this race, so I'm going to have to read them out to you live. We have Craig Ream on your pole position there. Just takes it away from Ty Johnson. Eric Kulliga stacks up against Vincent Wood on row 2. Michael Kulliga and Steven Martinez in row 3, followed by James Buntner, Troy Banks, Andres Garcia, and David Fendick rounds out the top 10. For the GT3 class, we got Corey Mitchell on pole position, just ahead of Ben Laughter. Bjorn Benches, Federico Toro, Kent Kruger, Valerie Arsencio, and Mark Bray did not make it to qualifying with us. Actually, Federico did not either, but hopefully we will see them on grid. Let's stack up some of this info out there for you. And oh, poor Kent Kruger is going to have to start behind the pack. So he's going to have to make up a few GT3 places right from the get-go. Unfortunate for Kent back there. And that's Valerie stacking up next to him. Good to have her on track as well. And we are almost ready to shove off here. Just waiting on, let's see, Mark Bray out there if he's going to join us this evening, but it doesn't look like it. And we are ready to roll. Here we go. We start the beginning of the infield here. Good chance to warm up those tires and brakes a little bit. The GT3s will probably not leave any gap, which will be very much appreciated by Kent Kruger in the back there, so he can hopefully get by these guys on the pit straight and make his way up to join the rest of the SR8s out there. But he's got a handful, 4, 5 GT3s to make his way through. Got a feel for Kent in the back there. Oh, almost seemed like Andres Garcia some sort of little issues. And all eyes on Craig Ream. And the GT3s are leaving a gap there, as you can see. The pace car comes in. All eyes on Craig Ream as he stacks up next to Ty Johnson in that Hot Wheels machine. And we're off racing. They spread out, fan out for a brilliant start. Safe to be on the inside of this one, so you avoid all the chaos on the outside as you get kicked around. Everybody seems to make it through fairly comfortably. Back in the GT class, Kent Kruger's already made up 3 of those positions that make that 4. He's got to make up this last one before the end of the straight. They all shuffled in there. James Buntner having a good start, already making up 2 positions. Andres Garcia's made up 1. But other than that, it seems as you were. Michael Kulliga, unfortunately, from 5th place, has already lost 2 down to 7th. Not the start he wanted as Ty Johnson is looking for that opening. Eric Kulliga taking a surrounded 3rd there, staying right up with the leaders. Great little pack as Kent Kruger has made his way almost to the back of that pack. Corey Mitchell, oh, and Craig Ream, your pole sitter again has an issue, and he's right to the back of the SR8s, getting passed by 2, making almost 3 of the GT3 class. Work to be done. Ty Johnson takes the lead of the race easily. Says thank you very much. The battle for 3rd is Vincent Wood taking it away from James Buntner. Behind them, it's Steven Martinez riding in 5th, Michael Kulliga in 6th, Andres Garcia in 7th, Troy Banks in 8th, Kent Kruger, and then David Fendick Craig Ream also has a second issue here. Oh, and drops him well back to the back of the pack. It's very unfortunate. Here's Michael Kulliga taking it to the inside, trying to outbrake everybody there. He locks it up a little bit, but he's going to have to let Steven Martinez go. At least he's made up one of those positions, but now he's got Troy Banks and Andres Garcia nipping at his heels. Down the hill we come. Corey Mitchell, still your race leader in this, or class leader, followed by Ben Laughter, and they're duking it out as they will be for all of this race. That's Steven Martinez dropping one down. Oh, and that's Vincent Wood on the outside there. He was riding in third, I believe. He's having a great race, and these positions are just given right up to Michael, and he's clawing his way back up this field. He started in fifth, now he finds himself in fourth after being down in seventh on the opening lap. Vincent Wood making his way back through the train. Oh, and Steven Martinez has turned it. He spun on that very sketchy infield, and this is a really, really difficult infield to be doing it with. Oh, as we have all sorts of issues. Troy Banks has a spin. Oh, he gets a little tap, makes it away cleanly. That was his crash. Thank you, software. Oh, and here is Ben Laughter and Corey Mitchell still going at it. They got Vincent Wood, who's frustrated after his spin. Troy Banks and Craig Ream somehow finds himself back there. Andres Garcia also having a spin of his own. Back up top, Ty Johnson has half a second on Eric Kulliga. That final podium position, James Buntner has at the moment. Michael Kulliga is coming right back at him. Just towards the back of this pack, there's David Fendick losing one. I believe that was. Yeah, to Vincent Wood. Takes to the inside and outbreaks him. Troy Banks, I'm still trying to figure out where Troy Banks had that issue. I'm not seeing anything like that for him. Oh, but that's not going to help his cause at all. Oh, what a bummer. Luckily, there are 2 races this evening, so any of these guys who have a miserable race will be your leaders towards the start, like Craig Ream and Troy Banks back here. And that's Valerie. Oh, behind them. Oh, and Ty Johnson's just holding on to the race lead. He's getting passed by Eric here, who gets a nice slipstream. He still takes the inside, though, so he might be able to. No, he does not. He lets Eric go with that lead. He's just going to try to hold on for dear life. And Michael still not able to make that move on James. Vincent Wood now tracking down Andres Garcia. And Ty Johnson only 0.4 behind. Eric not running away with it quite yet. Oh, and Bjorn Benches finding that reverse gear. Oh, and Andres Garcia does lose that position to Vincent Wood. Back up for third here. Oh heavens, we're already 5-6 minutes done with this race. Seems like this was just lap 2. We're wrapping up. Oh, Andres does not want to let that one go. Vincent Wood just ahead of him. Michael might be able to make the move now. Eric under a lot of pressure from Ty, who thinks better of sending it. Michael's going to make it down the inside. If he can just hold on to that brake pedal and make it smooth. Well done. He makes that one up on James Buntner, who drops down to 4th. That's Vincent Wood starting to put Steven Martinez under a bit of pressure. Kent Kruger having a bit of a lonely time in 5th place, but he's up 10 positions so far. He started right in the back row, so he will not mind the points. There is Vincent Wood really pushing it. He started on row 2, so he definitely fancies himself being a little faster. Oh, Federico Del Toro having an incident. Oh, just spinning around turn 2. Those deadly curbs out there. The gap's now 0.7, 0.8 between the lead here. Oh, I just accidentally kicked some wires under my desk and my virus defense threat notification came up. Hopefully everything's okay. And the battle for the lead is of the GT3s is not going anywhere. As these guys are really consistent and have, probably spent more laps within a second of each other than not this season. So they will be very consistent and just try to push each other into a mistake. Ben doesn't need to push the issue at the moment. Vincent Wood still giving that a go. Ty, though, not letting up on Eric in 1st place. There is Vincent Wood making that move stick finally. And Bjorn Benches, after a couple crashes of his own, finds himself behind Valerie now. He's got to make his way around, but he's still, over a second back there. Is that Troy Banks having the... Oh, no. Oh, and Bjorn wanted it too badly. He's definitely got some aero damage this race. It's okay. Next race will be your race. I promise. You got 6 minutes on the clock to race. James Buntner able to stay with Michael, and that's going to see Ty regain the lead of this race. Eric's going to have to go wide there and sacrifice that position. But he's going to be able to go right back at him here. As we have to see James Buntner here. Here's on board with Ben Laughter, 2nd place in the GT3s. Here's the look from Ty Johnson, the race leader, skipping that thing like a stone. Kruger having that boring race of his. Cheryl will feel pretty good to make it through all the traffic unscathed, though. Anyone you walk away from, that's a win, right? Oh, and thank you, Ken, for posting the Goodwood race event on the Facebook page. That was very interesting. I watched a bunch of that last night. Really cool to see some of these, old Formula One cars, old K&M cars. That's Eric retaking the lead of the race. But, yeah, just a really cool retro style weekend. A couple newer cars, setting down some time trials and stuff like that. But really interesting racing, seeing some old Le Mans cars from the 70s. Oh, and that's Craig Ream again, who, As I was saying, probably could have used some more practice time. He was having some difficulties in practice and then blew us away in qualifying. But really cool to see some guys who are being very brave. And some cars all the way back to like the 20s or something like that. Just some bombs on wheels, no seatbelts. Actually, nobody wanted a seatbelt back then. They were all too scared of fire, scared of burning to death. So nobody wanted to wear their seatbelts. We got 2 minutes 45 on the board. This should be the start of our penultimate lap here. It takes about 1:30 to get around, so this will be our second to last lap. Maybe Ty is thinking about that and just wants to drag race him on the very last turn if he can. That's Troy Banks right there, right behind these class leaders, getting squeezed on the inside, trying to make it by them. Really topping out and feeling that air resistance now. Oh, and that's Ty Johnson had an issue. Made a mistake somewhere on this lap. He's dropped a second. 1.2 now behind. He's closer to third place of Michael Kulliga than he is to Eric Kulliga in first. He's got to watch himself here. Michael's got to want to get past Bjorn before the end of this pit straight. Even Ty's not going to make it through, though. He's going to outbrake him, though. Locks up a little bit. And this is just going to get in the way for Michael here. Perfect timing. Ty knew he had to make that move done. Get that move done. Make that move happen. And here we make him done. A little bit further back, here's that boring race Kent Kruger was having. He's now got Vincent Wood just ahead of him, and Steven Martinez is trying to get by him. And oh, unfortunately, some of that hard work that he's been working on, and now he lets 2 cars by. Oh, and that's Troy Banks, who is on the same lap as these guys. He's got every right to go for it. Ben Laughter gets the position done after all of that and all the blinking going down. That's Craig Ream in the orange trying to make it by. Corey Mitchell tries to find a way through. Ben Laughter cuts him off. Corey heads to the inside and it's not going to make it happen. Craig almost gets in there too. Corey's got to want to get by Craig before this section here. Great racing all around as we come across the finish line here. Eric's going to take that first place, followed by Ty Johnson, followed by Eric Kulliga. Let's head back to that final little race here we got going on. Vincent Wood comes across for 4th, Steven Martinez for 5th, Kent Kruger for 6th. Here's on board with Corey. The penultimate corner here. I don't think he's going to have enough for him. He's really sending as much speed in there as possible. That's going to be it for that battle we're watching. Ben Laughter is going to take that just at the beginning of this lap using the traffic for good measure. Andres Garcia comes around 7th. David Fendick 8th. Troy Banks 9th. Craig Green in 10th for the SR8s. Ben Laughter takes first place for the GT3s, followed by Corey Mitchell. Federico Del Toro moves up 1 position to 3rd, and he's going to have that final podium position as Bjorn and Valerie and James Hunt Bunter drops out of the race. So really awesome, great, hectic first race. Awesome stuff all around. We're going to have that 5-minute countdown at the moment. Let these guys get a little bit of practice under their belts to head right into that second session. And it seems our admins this evening has said, screw that 5-minute warm-up. We are going to jump right into this race and get it over with. These guys want to race. Just no worries by me. Let's take a quick look at that track temp at the moment. Let's see what they moved it up to, a whopping 98 degrees. And as you can see, we're lining up with that reverse grid at the moment. As you can see, we got James Buntner and Valerie on row 1. And Bjorn Benches, who also dropped out of the first race. So they're going to take us off from the beginning, followed by Federico Del Toro, Ben Laughter, and Corey Mitchell. Then we have Craig Ream and Troy Banks, who had their spins last race. David Fendick, Hank Kruger, Steven Martinez, Vincent Wood, and then your podium sitters are Michael Culliga, Ty Johnson, and Eric Culliga. Back up top, we have James Buntner in the SR8, so that's going to be nice for him, just being able to clear all of the GT3s immediately. So Corey Mitchell weaving back there. Taking up the whole track. Good degree of separation between him and the SR8s. Letting them know their place is back there. So here we go. We're watching that pace car that's going to peel into the pit right now. And we're on all eyes on James Bunt to get us going. And he's off, and the GT3s are off behind him. Valerie takes it into turn 1. Oh, there's some fun happening back here, though. Oh, as Craig Ream muscles his way to the inside of turn 2 down there. He's going to make it through. Steven Martinez gets kicked out. Craig Ream weaving his way through this GT3 pack. He's going to take to the inside. James Buntner's all the way down at the end of the straight already. Valerie also down there as well. Corey Mitchell's made it a bunch of places up. We are already in second position. And that's Federico Del Toro making a big block in Ben Laughter for the rest of these SR8s back there. Vincent Wood makes it through. Craig Ream's already up to second position. He's just got to take it easy. Oh, and that's Valerie, I believe, had an issue back there and had to park it. It's going to let a whole bunch of these SR8s by, but they're going to be on the outside for this next one. And oh, Federico Del Toro sends it to the inside of Bjorn Benches there. Ends up spinning Ty Johnson as everybody flaps a little wide back there. Ty Johnson stares at everybody facing his direction, and that's an unfortunate one for him. Finishing in second last time and doing a good job. That's Ken Kruger trying to get by Federico Del Toro. Vincent Wood makes his way up to third place. ahead of Corey Mitchell and Ben Laughter, who's now 2.1 behind Corey. Eric Kulliga sits in fourth, followed by just behind him, Kent Kruger's in fifth at the moment. Bjorn Benches retains third in class. Federico Del Toro is up there. Oh no, Bjorn was second in class at the start. He now finds himself in third as the Eric Kulliga is fighting Ben Laughter. That's Ken Kruger taking to the inside on Ben. He should be able to get this one done, but maybe he's not. There's Troy Banks just ahead of Federico. Greg Ream's got Vincent Wood just behind him. He's made his way up there. Eric Kulliga here trying to get by his final Audi of the evening. Hopefully so, unless he has to spin and he has got to do it all over again. But that's Corey Mitchell, who is the race or the class leader for them. Kent Kruger has an issue towards the end there. I want to see if he came together with Ben Laughter or not on this final one, because they look side by side towards the end, or maybe Kent Kruger just braked himself a little too late and decided to turn it. Ben actually had to wait a little bit for him to slide across the track. Oh, and Corey Mitchell back there. I don't know quite what's going on. Oh, it's because we're not live at the moment. Let's go live. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're having crazy timing today. Crazy timing. Topping around on me is Steven Martinez, our race leader all of a sudden. What is happening out here? James Buntner, who was your race leader for a while, has dropped down to second place. No, James Buntner still in first, followed by Vincent Wood and Craig Reed. As I thought, Vincent Wood is past Craig for that second position. Eric Kulliga still lying in fourth. Corey Mitchell, top of the GT3s at the moment. Troy Banks still splits them between him and Ben Laughter. Ben Laughter now has over 4 seconds to make up on Corey Mitchell. He's got 4 seconds ahead of Bjorn Benches. And Andres Garcia and Ty Johnson, and oh goodness gracious, all sorts of crap going on back there. Looked like David Fendick had reached his accident quota for the day and heads off track. Vincent Wood doing a great job out there, able to put a second between him and Craig Ream behind. Benches still having to deal with these guys. Oh, and Troy Banks has a mistake somewhere in here coming into turn one, taking so much curb, and then not able to get the car back under him. And oh, staring right at Ben Laughter, who is he's sending it into the fences himself. He does not love these guys around him. Ben Laughter and Troy Banks both return to the pits. I don't know if they will stay with us today, as we only have 9 minutes of racing left this evening. James Buntner is running away with it. He's got 3.5 ahead of Vincent Wood. So he is just gone forward and not looked back since the beginning of the restart. Ben Laughter and Troy Banks are out of this race. They have retired their cars. Unfortunate to see. That moves Bjorn up to second place, but he's got quite a distance up to Corey Mitchell ahead of him. I don't know if Bjorn's going to be able to do it in just that final turn. So tricky to get it right. Here is Bjorn Benches, though, moving up one. He's in second. Federico Del Toro, steady as ever, is going to take that third position again at this rate. Valerie sitting back in fourth. Ty Johnson's got a 3-second lead over Kent Kruger. What on earth is... It's Michael Kulliga behind him. I don't even have Michael on my timing tower. What is happening? That's Michael right behind him, right? I lost my mind. There's Ty Johnson. There's Craig. Oh, there's Michael. And he is a lap down. Currently in 9th place, not able to race his brother and Craig ahead of them. But his brother Eric is definitely able to race Craig. That is kosher here. Nobody is driving perfectly out here at all. That's what I love about these cars is you can just be so mean to them. And you can see these guys taking very different lines out there. Nobody's really catching or pulling away or catching either one. There's Valerie being very courteous to Steven Martinez. I hope she knew that was for position on track. No blue flags necessary there for Steven. Craig Reed really finding some speed in this car. With 5 minutes to go, I don't know if Eric Cullen is going to find his move. I think he and his brother should just race each other like it's for position. I think that would be the race to have because I don't know if he's going to be able to find Craig up there. Craig, who just didn't have the practice that the rest of the guys did. He's definitely coming to terms with the car now. He's in that final podium position for the SR8s. Eric getting a little bit of a toe down the straight. Get about 0.3 closer to him, but this is about the distance he is every single time they come around here. little infield area where Craig is able to get a couple 100s on Eric. And down the pit straights we come again. We got 3 on the clock to go. James Buntner, your race leader at the moment. Keeping that solid 3.5 seconds over Vincent Wood. There's Kent Kruger. Excuse me, I need to click that. Greg Ream and Eric Kulliga is the fight going on track though for 3rd position. Track and class. Muscles his way in there down the inside. Oh, and Craig tries to turn in and cannot deal with it. And gets off the gas because he feels like he's getting squeezed on the inside. And now it's Eric with that nice little 0.8 gap, getting around Valerie here. Second again though, using that slipstream from Valerie to good effect. Back to 0.75. This will be our final lap of the race. So this has got to be his moment. Vincent Wood has just a little off-track dip ahead of them. He cannot afford to have that happen. He's only got 3.5 second lead above Eric Kulliga at the moment. So we're into the final 30 seconds here. Jordan Bench is running second in the GT3s and Federico Del Toro just behind him. Craig not able to hang, just as I was saying, that he was finding some speed on the inside here. Takes up a good bit of time actually right there. Almost about 0.4 on Eric actually right there. 1.2, 0.8. That is going to be the checkered flag waiting for Eric. At the end here, Craig Green's going to bring it around for second. Or sorry, fourth. It's James Buntner crossing the line for the win. And I was so fixated on this final podium position, I thought it was for the lead. And there is Eric Kulliga able to bring it across, and Craig Ream unfortunately just in fourth though, but it's a lot better than he was able to do last race. Ken Kruger is going to bring it home for fifth. And Ty Johnson sixth. Corey Mitchell will win the GT3s this time. Well done, Mr. Mitchell. Jordan Bench is going to bring it around for second, and then right there you can see Federico Del Toro snapping at his heels for that final podium place. And that's where James wants to take the picture. Right here. Here comes your GT3 winner, Corey Mitchell, around the track. I'm sure you got to feel good to get one over on Ben Laughter, who did retire in the middle of this race, not able to complete the second one after a little mix-up with Troy Banks there. Let me quickly run you guys down the standings again since we can't get the grid race results up there. We got James Butner, who led us out from the second race, was able to close out. Well done, James. Followed by Vincent Wood, moves up to second. Eric Culligan just able to grab that third place above Craig Reed. Then we have Kate Kruger coming in fifth, and Ty Johnson in sixth. Corey Mitchell, and then we have, if we want to do it by class here, we have Steven Martinez in seventh, Andres Garcia in eighth, and Michael Culliga in ninth. David Fendick rounds up the top 10, and Troy Banks was only good for 11th after his retirement. Corey Mitchell is first, of course, for the GT3s, followed by Bjorn Benches. Federico Del Toro is just joining them there in the picture. And then we have Valerie and Ben Laughter were the other two GT3 runners that were with us today in the second race. And don't forget to hit that thumbs down button. Never subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell an even number of times. Tomorrow we are doing, as everybody knows, the big one, the LMP2s, the GTEs tomorrow night, so be sure you join us for that. It's always a fun race out there, high attendance, and it's definitely one of my favorites of the week, so be sure to join us tomorrow evening around 6 o'clock. We're wrapping up our time at Interlagos here. Thanks for joining us.